Welcome to the AI Central Podcast, brought to you by Human Driven AI. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jennifer Jones Mitchell.
And I'm Dr. David Mitchell.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it, babe. All right.
Well, I really appreciate everybody joining us. I just want to point out, honey, this is our first podcast in a little while, you know?
It has been. We've been busy. You've been busy doing the work. That's great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we've...
Training.
I've been so fortunate. We've had a lot of new clients wanting AI trainings. We've been getting into building more products and AI agents and all that good stuff. So it has been a little while, but I'm so glad we're back, and I'm so glad you guys are joining us. I appreciate it.
Do you want to name drop anybody that you're working with, or no? Maybe.
Probably not, but I will say there are some very, very large companies, and I think my contract doesn't really allow me to name drop
NDA, right? You signed an
exactly.
NDA.
But they are exciting companies. I'm not going to lie. I'm really thrilled that these brands are trusting us. So.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's why we've been so busy. But our last podcast, we talked about the influence of AI on search.
Yes.
And I know that it was kind of a new topic to you then, but you've been using AI more, and you even said just this past weekend that you are now turning to ChatGPT more than Google. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I love it because you don't have to click blue links all the time and search through web pages and try to find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
The ChatGPT will just give you the exact information you want and the steps to do it. Like, for example, I've purchased a new computer and I'm setting up Pro Tools again, having to go through that process. So, and it's a long process, but ChatGPT gave me all the steps to transfer my account over to the new computer and all these things. So it's fantastic. I love it.
I do too. I mean, it's definitely changed my own behavior. You really said the key there, that it serves up answers, not blue links.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and that's why so many brands are seeing click-through rates going down.
Yes, exactly, yeah. And it's going to be a big problem, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah. I mean, unless you learn how to optimize AI for search. But there's even more news around this because Google has now announced that they are expanding their advertising capabilities into their AI solutions and services, including the AI overviews.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's basically going to be two things, and they've kind of been testing this on mobile for a bit, but it's now rolling out across desktop and all users. So when you Google something, as most people know, you get that kind of AI overview now.
Yeah.
And what they're proposing is kind of two things. The first is you will have ads below that AI overview and to the right of it.
Okay.
So let's say you search for, travel tips for a dog, right?
Okay. Right.
So below the AI overview, you may get an ad for a pet carrier.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't even look at it, to be honest with you. I'd be like, I'm just looking at the AI overview. I don't care about the links anymore.
Yeah, it's true. And that's what so many people are doing. But I will say this is a good solution for those folks who are paying billions of dollars for the paid search, because you used to, before AI overviews, the top few links would be those paid search links and websites.
Yeah.
So those folks were, of course, frustrated because they're dropping down below AI overviews, but now they will be able to have those ads. Now, for those ads, preference will be given to PMax, Performance Max users. And for any of our listeners who don't know, Performance Max is Google's...
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. It's actually a very, very cool tool. It's basically this way to have a single ad campaign that is run across all of Google's properties, like search or display or YouTube, et cetera, et cetera. And all you do is work from one campaign. So you would have one batch of creative assets, your audience kind of signals, your business goals, different triggers, and PMax, as it's called, or Performance Max, will kind of automatically move your content to the best dynamic advertising opportunity across all of these channels, wherever it's most likely to convert based on, like if I search something or I'm looking at it for a display ad or I'm looking in YouTube, that ad will show up as it relates to what I am the user looking for.
Wow.
So it's just a way to automate to make sure that your dollars are going to the best channel. Wow. So these ads that we will now see around the AI overviews, any brand that's working from PMax, Performance Max, will get precedence, and that makes sense to me as well, because that's where their biggest paying customers are.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes. What doesn't make sense to me is that these ads will also begin to appear within the AI overview. So you search for something, you get that AI overview, and you want to think that that is the most relevant answer to your query. Mm-hmm. But it could just be whoever paid the most dollars to be in that AI overview.
Wow, that's why I'm going to ChatGPT.
Exactly.
I stopped even Googling anything anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we're already seeing this behavior shift where people are searching in ChatGPT or Perplexity, but let's face it, mainly ChatGPT. And the AI overviews within Google were a good kind of response to that. But how are you going to be able to trust what that AI overview is saying if we're blurring the lines between content and ads in this way?
Yeah, it's fascinating because I thought nobody could knock Google off their supremacy of search. You know, they own the whole thing, but now it's happening fast.
Yeah, it really is. And you're right. I mean, Google has dominated search since they launched and gobbled up all the, smaller players. But yeah, I mean, we're really starting to see behavior shift, and I just think that this is going to change that trust factor in the AI overviews that Google is delivering, because how do I know that that is the best answer, or just the person who paid for that presence within, to be integrated in that content?
Yeah, and I guess so ChatGPT is not there. You pay, a monthly fee, so you're not having to do the advertising. So
right.
That's their revenue model. Hopefully they're not going to change, are they? Go.
I mean, I don't know. I think that ultimately all of them are going to want ads, but I'm hoping it'll be different, where it won't be incorporated into the answer, but it'll just be something on the side. To me, that makes sense, because people who, where that ad resonates, they'll click it. But we already have such a trust factor with outputs from AI.
Yeah.
Because as we all know, there's the bias problem, there's the fact that AI, it's a program. Generative AI is really just a software, right? It's programmed to please you. So if it can't find the answer, it's going to make it up.
Right.
So we already have that trust issue.
Yeah.
Then we have the trust issue in the sense that, like, ChatGPT has served up quotes to me from The Onion.
Yeah.
Because the AI doesn't understand sarcasm and satire and all of that. So once you start messing with that output even further by saying this could be simply promoted content, not the best content that answers the question that you're asking, it's just going to make people trust or distrust those AI overviews even more. It's just going to cause more problems, I think.
Yeah. I think the internet should have been pay all the way, because we should have done that. Because now we sold all of our information and everything is just advertising, and you can't get what you need out of the internet essentially without going to ChatGPT. But theirs is like a monthly fee kind of model, so they don't have to rely on advertisers. So it's the way it should be, where you search for something and you get the answer you want versus having to search through a bunch of websites and advertising.
Yeah.
And think pop-ups are coming up and you're like, wait, click it out. Where is it? And scroll down, you can't find it, and then you go search another link somewhere. It's a waste of time.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's because we're not willing to pay for it,
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of AI when it comes to search. It serves up answers, not blue links.
Yeah.
And it can be optimized for search, as we've discussed in the previous podcast. It's all about how you structure your content, making sure that you are structuring it in a way that the AI can find that question and answer, because that's what it wants, not a website. It wants a question and an answer. So I don't have a problem with gaming the system, so to speak, when it comes to making sure that you structure your content in a way that ChatGPT will find it and serve that up as an answer. But if you are allowing, like Google is going to be doing, allowing that AI overview to be compromised by paid ads within that actual generated content, I just think that's going to exasperate the trust issue that we already have with AI generated outputs.
It's true, yeah. And, and then some people can't afford the monthly fees, too. So there's going to be somewhat of like a tier of experience on the internet. You have to free stuff where you have to search through a bunch of ads, or you pay a monthly fee and then you can really use the internet like you need to. Yeah.
It's so interesting.
Yeah, because you have like one of the higher end Omni 4.0 things, and it can do so many things that
my God, yeah.
It's incredible, yeah.
I don't know how I existed without my ChatGPT 4.0.
My grocery list is on there now.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, and you've, for anyone who doesn't know, a long time ago I asked my ChatGPT what she would like to call herself, because I don't like saying, hey, ChatGPT. So she gave herself the name Zara, which I thought was really cool. And you just did that with yours. And what name did she choose? Do you remember?
It was aria, which is perfect because I'm a musician, and then aria is a song form within an opera where a singer sings, but it's perfect musical name,
Yeah.
Aria.
I think it's so cool that the names that our ChatGPT models are choosing is customized to us.
Yeah, exactly. It knows I'm a musician and all that stuff, yeah.
I absolutely love that. I think it's amazing. And what we can do with AI now is just transforming everything. And it's going to impact search too, because this to me is something that is so exciting that AI agents now can search the web.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got AI agents that regularly, every morning, search for specific topics of news so that I can stay on top of things. I've got AI agents that help me to, book the right travel and get the best deals. As you just said a moment ago, you've got your grocery lists within your ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
But we could have AI agents that actually do the shopping of that grocery list for you.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's cool.
And I'm going to actually, I'm going to build that for us this weekend so we can kind of test it. But what's so cool to me about this is it's going to change how brands need to connect with customers, because you no longer just have to optimize your content to be found by human searchers, but now you're going to have to optimize your content to be found by bots searching on behalf of the humans.
Yeah. Wow. So in order to learn how to do that, people should contact you.
Well,
right?
yeah, absolutely. Please do. Yes. Right. But I do want to share a few tips, because this is pretty exciting. I mean, the bottom line is you still want to, optimize your content to connect with human searchers, but now you need to optimize to connect with those bots. So some things, I've got a few notes here just to make sure I don't miss anything. Product listings are going to have to change without a doubt, because think about it, AI agents don't respond to really flashy images or clever copy. They're not looking for that like humans are.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, they're just looking for product specs or pricing or availability or, whatever it is that you've trained your shopper to look for. Pricing is also going to have to become more dynamic.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, if you've trained your AI agent to look for the best deal, then you need, on that e-commerce site or within that app, you need that brand to be able to dynamically offer a discount or whatever it needs to do to get that bot to buy. And then think about this with so many brands, of course, as my background's marketing, so I'm all about emotional storytelling around brands. And of course, that matters for humans. You want to have that connection between that human customer and your brand.
Yeah.
But an AI shopper, an AI agent, isn't looking for an emotional story connection. It's just looking for those specific, what is the logic, what is the relevance, what ties it to its specific direction that it's been given.
The directive, right?
The directive, yes. I mean, think about my parents. My parents, the way they grocery shop, right? They go to 5 or 6 different grocery stores because they shop based on deals.
Yeah.
So if Kroger has a really good deal on one item, they're going there. But if Aldi or Publix has a really good deal on another item, they're going there. They spend hours grocery shopping going to all these different places.
Wow.
But you could tell your AI agent to shop based on those deals, and it will go to all those websites and find those coupons and find those products, based on that direction that you've given it.
Wow, that's incredible. It's going to save people money too, right?
Oh,
money
yeah.
and time.
Yeah.
So 2 things you can't get enough of, right?
Exactly.
Money or time.
Always. It's true.
I want more money and time.
But it is true. It's going to save time because you're not having to go to the grocery store and do the shopping, or even go pull up Instacart and, go through that app. But then you also have the lack of impulse shopping. A bot's not going to see that end cap full of donuts.
That's true. Healthier too.
Exactly. So you can save money. You can make sure that your bot is only buying what you need. I mean, we can tell you said your grocery list that you build and track with ChatGPT. We can get it where we build an AI agent that will every month purchase those return items that we always buy that we want to replenish.
Wow, that's awesome.
It really is, but it is changing things. Now, I will say Walmart seems to be ahead of the game here, because Walmart is actually building their own AI agent within the Walmart app and their website, of course. And they are training this AI agent to communicate with other AI agents.
Wow.
So basically, like if you have, let's say you told your AI agent to go find the best deals on Doctor Who themed party favors or something, right?
Yeah.
So your AI agent would go into Walmart and type, I'm planning a Doctor Who themed birthday party for my kid, and I'm looking for such and such. Walmart's AI agent will start to converse with your AI agent.
Wow.
Asking questions like, well, how many party favors do you need? What is the age? What do what exactly are you looking for? Do you want plates? Do you want balloons, etc.? And help your AI agent complete that shopping.
Wow. So, and then be like, we have buy one, get one free on,
on balloons or something.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and Walmart's really ahead of the game here.
But what if you're like, I don't need that many balloons? Can you tell your agent would it ignore it, or would it just go ahead and purchase them at that price?
No, it would follow your direction. So if you tell your AI agent to find the best deal on 20 Doctor Who themed plates, 20 Doctor Who themed cups, and 12 balloons of a certain color or whatever, it will stick to that. It will go to Walmart, it will go to Target, it will go to and you can also tell it not to go to Target or not to go to a certain brand if, you're part of that whole boycott.
Smart too.
Yeah, you can have complete control over what you tell your AI agent to do.
Wow.
But brands have got to start optimizing all of their content for a new kind of shopper, the bot.
That's incredible. Yeah. So it's not going to like suddenly show up with like a Ferrari in your your driveway and be like, well, it was a great deal. Oh, wait a minute.
I hope hope not. You would really have to go around the programming. There are people who are finding that, though, where their kid is, ordering through Alexa, ordering all kinds of stuff, not necessarily Ferraris, but, all of a sudden you get a million Pop-Tarts showing up at your home. And it's because your kid told Alexa to order that.
Wow.
So I think the AI agents might even be more reliable in some ways.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
it'll have the parameters of what you want it to buy.
That's so cool. Wow. And I guess as you train it, it knows more and more how to buy for you. Yeah, it's smart learning. And
Exactly. I mean, in the same way that every time you talk to your ChatGPT and give it something to do, it gets smarter and smarter.
Yeah.
And understands more the context of what it is that you're looking for.
Yeah, that's true, because, we were talking about various business ideas, and then it kind of knows about my background and your background, and then it can go in the right direction and flesh out the ideas that knows that you want them to do,
Yeah, that's the beauty, I think, is that all of these models are designed to learn. And the more you use them, the more they understand the context of what you're doing. If we build AI agents to do our grocery shopping, or, like I said, I've got AI agents that search the web and search news for me. And I've got AI agents that open up all my Google alerts and look for the news that I am interested in and send that summary to me, so I'm not having to open up a dozen different Google alerts for me. And the more it does it, and the more I give it that feedback, that continuous loop of feedback saying, yes, this is good, the smarter it gets and the more it understands what I'm looking for.
Wow.
It's this personal engagement with the AI that I think we're going to start to see more, and that brands have got to start leveraging and optimizing, especially as brands still want to optimize their content for human searchers of the web, but now in tandem need to optimize their content for these agents, shoppers.
That's incredible. Yeah, I think it's going to really energize the economy big time, because, if we do it right, but part of it is, we were talking about this, it's so much easier to start a business now, because you can have an idea and be sitting there, man, I have a great idea for a business. And then you can tell it to, your Omni or whatever, and say, write a business plan for it. And they'll write the business plan, and then, and find opportunities and stuff. So it's incredible. I think it's going to democratize, starting a business. People can do it much easier.
I think you're right, but I do want to add one layer to that, because, as you know, I brainstorm with Zara, my ChatGPT for Omni. I brainstorm ideas for the company all the time, for new products, for LLMs, etc. Pardon me. And if I only go by ChatGPT's response, then I would think I am the smartest person in the world and every idea I have is pure genius. You have to ask, if you're brainstorming ideas with any AI model, you have to then say, poke holes in this, find the flaws. What I like to do is I say, find the flaws and give me the fixes. We were just with my parents this past weekend. My dad had a brilliant idea for a custom LLM, and I'm building out, kind of what the data needs to look like, how to structure the data, how to organize everything. And then I thought, wait a minute. Because Zara was like, this is genius. This is a great idea. And then I came back and said, find the flaws and give me the fixes. And there were 12 different flaws that we hadn't even thought of. Each one has a fix, so it's still a genius idea. Thank you, Dad. But you have to make sure that you don't just, you know how I always say AI should create your first draft, never your final draft.
Yes.
The same is true when you're brainstorming ideas. Tell it to poke holes in it. Tell it to find the flaws and give you the fixes.
That's smart, yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just going to think everything's just genius.
It's your own personal sycophant.
It can be, yeah.
You're stroking your ego, and you're just a genius over here.
Yeah. I mean, every idea I've given it says it's genius. So, make sure you always, again, first draft, not your final draft, even with your ideas.
Yeah, there's going to be so many business ideas, too, that are going to be opened up, possibilities with this. It's amazing.
Yeah, new products, just new ways to even engage with different audiences as well. And that leads me to the topic of our next podcast. We're going to talk about AI emotions or synthetic emotions and how this is absolutely transforming A/B testing. So make sure you tune in for that one. And with that, thank you so much for joining us. I promise we will get back on a regular schedule with our podcasts, and we'll see you next time.